So a little bit about me. So I have 5 years of experience as a ThingWorx developer, and I've worked on many of the projects with respect to the industrial IoT development. And my primary is the manufacturing execution systems and the machine monitoring projects. Overall, I have 6 years of experience where I have worked on multiple technologies such as the ASP, C Sharp, Java, and currently I have the ThingWorx working knowledge. So yeah, this is just a little bit about me. So yeah, we can go further. So today, the following topics I will cover in this demo. So what are the ThingWorx platforms and its features, some of the relation with respect to the object-oriented programming methods, and I will show you I will try to explain the installation of the trial has been discontinued for a while. So in 2022, they discontinued the ThingWorx installation and trial. So yeah, I can show you the process of the installation, how we can do it, but basically it requires a paid license for the ThingWorx. And we will also talk about the creation, how we can create the things inside the ThingWorx environment, the services and properties. What are those? We will discuss that, and the coding of the services and fetching the values. So yeah. So basically, what we can talk about what the ThingWorx is. So ThingWorx is basically a low-code platform. So it is primarily for the industrial as well as the Internet of Things development. So yes, we can do many things with the help of ThingWorx. We can create our own projects which can help to monitor our in the IoT devices, and we can also create industry level scalable projects using the ThingWorx to help to monitor and the machines, and as well as to create our own software as well. So yes, that is basically what the ThingWorx is. And now we can talk a little bit about the installation of ThingWorx. So basically, ThingWorx comes with respect to the different versions. The latest version, I think, which is currently working, is the 9.5.7. So the installation is pretty straightforward. When you have the license, you can get the installer from the ThingWorx website. I will show you in a minute that how we can get it. It is simply the setup file installation. It However, it has some rigid requirements with respect to the memory. So it requires at least 8 to 16 GB of memory, and it must have the Java version. So it is Java based application which runs on Tomcat. Everything is installed via it, but the user must ensure that Java is there. So yes, then we can see about the ThingWorx Composer. So Composer is basically the development UI that the users use to build the systems or to build the applications. So yeah, I cannot show the Composer right now, but as we have that, as we have the tutorial guides on the website, I can show it later. So we can talk about this in the next slide. So the first is the relationship. Next is the relationship with the object-oriented programming concepts. So ThingWorx is a totally an object-oriented programming platform. So we have similar concepts that we have in the normal programming languages like the Java, or we have that with respect to the C sharp and other things. So it is similar in concept. And yeah, so like in certain ways it is very related to the object oriented programming. I mean, in so like we have the classes and objects in the programming languages. In the same way, we have the thing and the thing templates in the ThingWorx, and based on that we have different other entities as well, which are the thing shapes, and we also have some to represent our data from the coming in from the database. So primarily a thing is respect to with respect to the object oriented programming, it is a class, sorry, the thing is a object, so it's an instantiation of a class, we can say. And in the similar way, a thing template is an representation of a class in ThingWorx. Yes. So basically, these are the two primary the things that we basically use in the ThingWorx environment. Two primary entities, the thing as well as the thing template. So using one thing template, we can create multiple things in the same way we do with the use of class. We can instantiate a class and create multiple objects from it. So that is the similar concept in there. The other concept we have is with respect to the UI creation. So as we have seen in many other programming languages, the UI creation requires to have manually code the HTML, or else our desktop application. We need to manually design it. But in ThingWorx, it is quite easy. The UI is more like an plug and play. So you need to add just the widgets to the UI, and when you have completed it, you will see the result that it is just a so it is basically a user interface given to the user to develop the UI. So it is a quite plug and play concept in ThingWorx. So yes, basically that is most related to the object oriented programming and how the ThingWorx relates to the object oriented programming concepts. Now we will also, I can show you with the help of guide how we can like create the properties inside a thing, and how we can create a service inside a thing. And basically that is the this for this we will require the composer. However, as I do not have it, we can go through the articles given in the ThingWorx help, PTC help. Yes, so basically these are the primary topics that further I will cover with respect to the things, the creation of properties and the service inside a thing. Yeah. So yeah, this is here we have the resources. It all the information provided here in the additional resources guide. So we can go through about the things as well as the thing templates. So it is also we have given the so current latest platform of ThingWorx is 9.5, and it has all the information with respect to the getting started the ThingWorx. So a user can refer it with and get a bit of knowledge of it. So basically there is let me go through that ThingWorx and entities. So this is primarily my thing, which is the representation of a physical device, asset, product, system, and processes. So it's basically an instantiation of a thing template. Like we have the same concept for the thing template and the things. So we can go through this how we can create the property. So yeah, so the same way we create a variable inside an object. So we have the properties of an object. The same way we can create a property inside a thing. So it's basically just a simple procedure. So basically all the additional resources are here. So we will get, so when I click this, we will get started with the ThingWorx. So here it is the ThingWorx Help Center provided by PTC, and it has all the guides. Now we will go through with the getting the things. So here is my modeling and the thing. So yes, the earlier which one I was speaking to, I was referencing to this, that thing with what the things are. So things are representation of physical device, assets, and products. So yes, they are basically an instantiation of a thing template. Now we can go towards the thing properties. So a property is nothing but a variable, like we have in the classes, or we have the properties inside a object. So same way, it is the similar concept in the thing as well. So let's give one example. We can see we cannot see the demo, but we can brainstorm an example here. So basically, we can consider this. I have a thing with name as drone. So a drone will have some properties. So which will, let's say the drone will have following properties. So it will have the location, which will be a combination of latitude, longitude. The drone will have the color, which which will have the data type as string. It will also can have like the travel distance. So a travel distance which can be an integer. So basically, these are just the properties which we can define for a drone. Now, these properties, when we are modeling through an actual scenario, we can actually connect these properties to an actual actual drone. So with respect to its IP address, we can get the values from the machine or from the drone itself. So yeah, that is one interesting aspect that we can do with respect to ThingWorx. And we can also use this to make a virtual representation. So it is not necessary, it needs to to be connected. We can also have a virtual representation to develop any other system. So yes, so these are basically properties of a thing, so in our case, the drone is a thing, and these properties I can manually define inside that thing, which is named as the drone. So yes, so this is basically the properties that we are talking about with respect to the things. So locally bound and the remotely bound. So this is a remotely bound property is where we can bind it through through a protocol to an actual physical device. Yes, and the same way we will also talk about the services. So services are basically the functions which we can perform with respect to a thing. So in the same way, a classes has functions, an object has functions, an object can access those functions and execute them. Similar way, a thing has the services, and these services can perform various types of logic, can implement various types of logics and give us the output. So yeah, like I say, I can give some example of this services over here only. So let's see what our services can be for this particular drone thing. So we have service to now we have service to get the location. So this can give us the location that we have defined. So it will provide us the property of location. It can have the same way it can have one service to fetch all the properties, color, travel distance, get travel distance. So in that way, it can have different services. And the similar way we can use the update. We can also create a service to update these properties values. So yes, and we can do n number of things with respect to the creation of services. It basically depends on the coder only. So we can do many such logics and code with respect to many logics can be written with respect to the services. So basically, we create a service in inside a thing. So there is a tab with respect to service, and below it we have the option to create a new service. So in the thing, we go to the services tab, and under the services tab there is a one new button where we can create a new service and write the logic inside it. Now, to further, I'm writing this down since I do not have the access to the composer right now. So to further explain, a service requires the following things. A services requires the it is not necessary a service requires the inputs, but we can give it them an inputs. So a service requires inputs which can be made to be a requirement, and each service has an output. So an output can be of many forms. It can be of string, it can be of an info table. An info table is basically our representation of our data coming from the DB database. So these are the different types of output that are given from a service. So a service can have string, an integer. It can have complex data types such as JSON, and many more data types it can have for the output. And we can use this output on the UI as well as as in another services. So yes, it is simply a function which we can create inside a thing. So that is all about the things, and as well as the services, and how we can fetch the properties from a service. So get location, we simply need to do this thing that we need to. So we can talk about that. So to in order to fetch a property value, like I can explain some code with respect to the location. So in ThingWorx, each and every property is referred with respect to me, and in the code we can write down as result is equal to me dot location, right? So me dot location, and this will fetch me the current property value that has been set on a thing, and it will display it in the result. So final output is in the result, and to fetch the to get the actual result from the service, I need to set the output parameter into the latitude. So this will yield me the property value that is currently set in the service. Yes, so that is basically how it's from a service and fetch the thing properties from a service. So I have explained all with respect to the primary topics with respect to the properties, services, fetching results from a service, and fetching the properties from a service. And with respect to the add-on topics, I can explain a little bit about the mashups and the UI. Is an is a visualization element of a ThingWorx, and a mashup is just a plug and play a UI. So it is basically a web page which designers can use to quickly and efficiently design the user interface and connect this the backend logic to the front end UI. So the backend logic basically are being our services. So the further when I create a mashup, I can simply easily display all this data, the properties, the color, travel distance, through the use of these services on the UI, on the mashup, I can go into the mashup design and quickly call these services and bind them to the UI, and on when the mashup is run, we will be able to see all the results. So yes, this is how the ThingWorx works in with respect to the designing of the UI. So it is quite efficient with respect to the traditional the coding approach. So yeah, this is with respect to the add-on topics. Now I have given some additional resources which respect to with getting started with the ThingWorx. So it is the help center for the ThingWorx. So the user can refer to it and get the know-how if they have the time to detail go into the detail of this. And with respect to the other thing, which is the installation. So this is basically the installation and the foundation installer. Now, so this is where their software is available to be downloaded, but this will not let me go through. It will not let me download the foundation installer as it requires a licensing. So yes, so basically the steps are pretty simple, and the users need to install. They need to go download the Windows flavor with respect to the Microsoft SQL Server. So there are many databases supported, which are like the Postgre. The Azure is for the web hosted environment. So yes, the installation is pretty simple, but necessarily we have the requirements, the prerequisites perfectly done. Yeah. So users can also or the students can also refer to the foundation installer. And now these are some of the use cases with respect to the car monitoring with respect to the ThingWorx. So we can use the ThingWorx platform to develop a car monitoring system. Like we can create a car monitoring system which can keep track of cars location. It can keep track of the car's condition, the speed limit, and the current mileage it has traveled, where it has traveled to. We can all have we can do this car monitoring system can be made with using the ThingWorx. And the another is the drone monitoring system. So this use case can also be developed. We can utilize the ThingWorx platform to create a drone monitoring system which can keep track of drones flight status, its condition. It can also receive pictures if the physical drone is actually connected to my ThingWorx platform. It can actually receive the real-time pictures and save them in a location. And it can also have GPS coordinates, latitude and longitude, its flight, its height, currently height from the above ground. So yes, we can create and monitor and a virtual system that can monitor my physical drones using the ThingWorx IoT platform. So yes, on completion of the cert on this you on this certification, you will be able to the course curriculum will complete all the topics with respect to the ThingWorx associate exam, and you will be an proficient ThingWorx application developer after the completion of this course. So yes, that is all I have with respect to the topics to be covered for this demo. And now for the lab setup, you will have it is so ThingWorx will work on 8 GB also, but it is recommended by PTC for 16 GB, and it requires a Java JDK as well as the Amazon Cordato.